and take it back to the floor. Coach Gibbs ready to go. So, Coach, I'll start with you and just maybe a quick minute, 2-minute introduction to this team and what we can expect to see out of them this year.
Yep. So I think what you see is a number one in our newcomers is a full cycle of recruiting. And so we have a lot of guys that match how we're paying, that want to be here, they're happy to be here, excited to be here. That you can tell that in their energy, and they're on the field in the weight room. And they were excited to get class going yesterday. And so I really think our coaches have done a great job bringing in a great group of freshmen and a great group of transfers. So we're really excited about our newcomers, but I really want to talk about our guys that are returning. We had great retention from our first team to our second team, and we have some leaders that are stepping up. And we talk about the differences between a coach-led team and a player-led team. And last year it was more of a coach-led team, and I think there's a ceiling on that. The ceiling on the player-led team is higher, and so I think our players have really invested in what we're doing, what we're talking about. You know, a lot of great accountability. You see them bringing the freshmen and the transfers under their wing and talking about how we do things and what our standard is and holding the standard. So I'm really proud of our older guys that have come back, fully invested, fully bought in. We had nearly 70 guys here working out in the month of July. Coach Siegman did a great job with them, getting them ready to go. So we're very excited about where we are physically, where we are mentally. We're ahead of where we were. How that translates on the field, we're excited to see. But we are making progress, and we're excited about it.
And another thing I really want to harp on is people are lining up to be a part of this program. I mean, you had 200-plus students come in on the first day of practice, and I know it's a program high for this group. Talk about what it has been, maybe the shift here in the culture of the department to have this kind of a turnout to first day of practice.
Yeah, I think it's really twofold. Number one is I think that breeds great competition. When we talk about iron sharpening iron, we do that. And that's what we call our Bible study inside of our locker room as well. But we do it on the practice field as well. I think great competition brings out the best in people. And so one analogy I like to give is, you know, the 100-meter world record was usually not set in a meet you never heard of. It was set in the Olympics when you have greatness on both sides of the world record holder that are pushing them. And that's what we want our players to do, is push each other to be the best version of themselves on and off the field. So we also believe in this. In the NCAA Division III, there is no red shirts, right? So guys that come in, they should be able to play football. And for us, they're going to be able to do that because we're going to play a full schedule on Saturdays. We're going to play a full schedule on Mondays. And I think the opportunity to play college football in the college football program is very unique. It's very special. And the more opportunities we can give to guys like that and then develop them as people and players, we're excited to do that. And I think it's really going to help our program.
And what he kind of harped on there is the bringing back of a developmental team that will be playing on Mondays, pretty close to, if not exactly lined up with the 10-week or the 12-week football season for the regular guys on Saturdays. But bouncing on that, of course, to have a development team, that number 200 is going to have to drastically drop for week one. There's a lot of competition to take one of those numbers for your trip to Oregon on week one. So tell me about what the competition's been like, and then also what you're looking for in guys that you want to give numbers and send out across the country.
Yeah, when you look at what we have been able to do practice-wise, the way we script practice, the way we have our players organized, basically it's 4 different teams right now. There's a lot of people getting a lot of reps. There's no one that's staying around. I think one of the things you'll see that's different about our program than maybe some other places is that we are going to develop our freshmen. We do believe that is the future. We believe the future is important. We believe we can exponentially increase their development by spending time with them right now. And so that's one thing that we are committed to doing. One thing that we were very fortunate to purchase this year is the GPS tracking units. So we know exactly how much work, how much speed, how much ground our older guys are covering. We're making sure that it is where Coach Siegman wants it for them to be ready for game one, to be in shape to play 4 quarters. And they are getting that. That's a tested measurement. And so we have taken to the technology, bought into the technology, and making sure our guys are getting the exact right work they need to be ready for game one. But then also that our younger guys get developed. And so, yeah, there's great competition, and we're looking forward to keeping that going throughout the duration of fall camp.
All right. Any questions from the gallery? All right, Jeff.
Hey, Coach. Bryce Still, freshman of the year last year in the American Southwest Conference. How's your quarterback competition going this year with Bryce and the rest of the quarterbacks?
I think Bryce understands that competition is the exact right word. And so for him, I think that kind of drives him. He's just kind of that kind of young man. And so when he came into fall camp his first year as a freshman, he was the number 5 quarterback. And he did not blanket competition. He did not fare very well in the competition the first 2 or 3 weeks, and he would tell you that too. Then weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6 of last year, he really showed what his poise was, what his understanding of the offense was, and then he became a starter. So he knows that if he did that as a freshman, someone else could come in and do that. And so for him, it's about getting better every day. The great thing I really love about our quarterback room is you don't see them cheering for the other ones to fail. You see them cheering when they have success. And you see them pushing each other to be the best they can be. So we didn't hesitate to bring in 2 really high-quality transfers in the mid-year to compete with him. And I think both those guys, Mike Phillips and Bryce Fusick, have really ingrained themselves in our culture. They're both – we have 12 Bible study leaders that lead Bible study every week. They're 2 of those 12. And then, Brandon Cassius Willis, I mean, he came in, started games last year, played really well at times. His maturity has really impressed me, and there is a role for him on the field. And so I believe right now we have a really great quarterback competition going on, and we believe this. They came here to play football, so if they don't end up being a starting quarterback, we're going to find a way for them to play football, whether that's special teams, whether that's another position. These quarterbacks are athletes. They get contact in practice. They're inside tackling drills. We don't baby our quarterbacks. They're not going to be soft. They're going to be ready to play somewhere on the field if you're not the quarterback.
All right, Jeff, I'll let you kind of just bounce back and forth a little bit, get all your questions through, and then I'll go ahead and close with my final question.
Anybody stand out yet to plug the hole that Mr. Rochinski left?
That is a really great question, and what a great young man he was, and what an impact he left at Howard Payne University as far as on and off the field, being a great leader. I do believe we have some guys that are going to step up. Hez Parker right now is in that role. Hez is very, very similar to Cade as far as just being a on-campus guy, is going to games, community service, has played really well so far to this point, has a great understanding of the defense, maybe even more so than Cade, having been in the system a year longer. And in that linebacker room, got to remember that Elijah Dillard's coming back after only playing in the first half of the first game last year, which he was playing very well. And so he brings a lot of maturity. He's one of those Bible study leaders as well. So in our 3 linebacker spots, we have some really high-quality young men. And they don't need to be Cade. They need to be the best version of themselves. And we expect great things from both of those guys.
Just one more question. I could not talk Howard Payne football without talking about Bill and Guinea and just the strides he made last year. He was so much more of a physical runner last year. Is that going to be an emphasis again for him this year?
In the meeting room, he's known as Downhill Bill, so that probably tells you all we need to know. So he's a guy that came in. When we came in as a staff, we noticed that he ran out of bounds sometimes on his own, and he understands that our culture is not one where you run out of bounds. So he has taken a liking to that. He has bought into what we've asked him to do. And not only that, just his off-the-field presence. He was the Servant Leadership Award winner here at Howard Payne, honored in Chapel this past spring. He's put up multiple semesters of 4.0 GPAs. Talk about the holistic person. He's a great representation of our university, and we look for him to be running in between the tackles, running downhill, and earning that nickname every game.
All right, and I'll go ahead and bookend this final question. So I'll be asking this a couple of weeks because, of course, we got a lot of time before your home opener. But week 2 is when the magic happens here in Brownwood. Just tell me what excites you about that September 12th date.
Well, I think that when you talk about Howard Payne University and Howard Payne football, the history is rich, the tradition is rich. There's members of the Hall of Fame, people that have been in the NFL, and there's a lot of people that care about Howard Payne football. You go all over the state of Texas. There's people with Howard Payne connections, Howard Payne alumni, and a lot of those people have reached out to me saying how excited they are to come watch our team play. So then you combine that with Brownwood, Texas, which is a football mecca. I mean, football is a big deal in Brownwood, Texas. Mm-hmm. And just being able to meet some people in the community. The other night we had an FCA gathering at a local church, and the community was asked to provide banana pudding. And when you get 200 football players in a room, if you have leftover banana pudding, there was a lot of banana pudding. So the community showed up big for that. And did a great job at that FCA dinner, and so I know they're excited. So it's great to see people that are excited about Howard Payne football, and we believe we're going to hold up to our end of the bargain and give them a product to watch that'll be fun, it'll be exciting, and Saturdays in Brownwood. We know Fridays in Brownwood are special. We want to make Saturdays in Brownwood special too.
All right, well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Sting 'em.